Hey everybody, this is Lord Tremendous here. I've got another battle report here for you. A 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Warriors of Chaos versus Lord Hissyfit of the Lizardmen. That's right, Lord Hissyfit. He's making another appearance. Yeah, it's my same Lizardman opponent as I always play. I've got two now, but this was the original Lizardman opponent. So yeah, it's a personal favorite, I know. But here's my army list. Once again, I've got the same list from the last battle report. Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, Mark Zinch, level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder, and he uses the Lore of Zinch. I'm very happy with this kit out so far. I have no complaints, but this is only my second game with him, so we'll see. My heroes are as follows. I have the Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Zinch. He's the Mark of Zinch with a BSB. He's on a demonic mount that's barded. He has a halberd. He's got the Talisman of Preservation, the Potion of Foolhardiness, the Third Eye of Zinch, and Poisonous Slime, because poison kills people. And then, of course, the Chaos Sorcerer, Ashicus the Muse. He's Mark Slaanesh, level 2 Wizard. On the Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness. He's got an Enchanted Shield, the Skull of Katam, which is awesome. Talisman of Endurance, the Allure of Slaanesh, and the Lore of Slaanesh. My core choices are 24 by Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Zinch, Full Command, Hand Weapon Shield, Blasted Standard, because it saves lives. I've still got my Chariots, one with Mark Zinch, and the one with Mark Slaanesh, which is called Orcish Elegance. And it's also the background picture in this one, because I just love it for its hideousness. My special choices are 3 Trolls with extra hand weapons, a Chimera with poison and regen because that's just my favorite kit, and 5 Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with spears, shields, banners, and musician. And of course, my rare choice of Yep, every time. My Lizardman opponent did not give me his list again, and I don't remember it. So, well, I don't remember it very well. So from memory, he had his typical Lord, the Old Blood on a Cold One with a Great Weapon, the Armor of Destiny, the Dawnstone, and probably something else I just can't remember. He had a second Old Blood on a Cold One with a Great Weapon. He had the Talisman of Preservation, I think, and there was more, I just don't remember what it was. He had a few heroes, Skink Priest level 1 with a Dispel Scroll and the Lore of Heavens, and another Skink Priest with a level 1 with the Cube of Darkness and the Lore of Beasts. Very solid kit out for those that don't want to take Slan. Very solid. And of course he had a Scar Veteran on a Carnosaur with Blood Roar and Swift Stride. He was the BSB, he had the Talisman of Endurance and a Sword of Might, I think. Not positive of his kit. His core choices were 10 Skinks with Javelins, 30 Saurus Warriors with Spears and Shields and a Full Command, and 23 Saurus Warriors with Hand Weapon Shield and a Full Command. He had special choices of 4 Kroxigor, 2 Salamanders with 6 Handlers, and his rare choices, I think the Bastiladon's a rare choice. If it's a special choice, sue me. But the Bastiladon with the Beam of Chotek, and the Ancient Stegodon with Engine of the Gods, and of course, Sharpened Horns. Horns. But yeah, there are my spells. 4 from Zinch, 4 from Slaanesh. Or 2 from Slaanesh. Blah. I know you're impressed. And then my opponent's spells, one had Harmonic Convergence, and the other one had the Savage Beast of Horos. Here's deployment. As you can see, he didn't do his denied flank thing. He's pretty much taken up the whole board now, which is kind of nice. He's not bottlenecking himself anymore. This is his right flank, the 10 by Skinks with Javelins, his Scar Veteran on a Carnosaur as his BSB, and his 4 Kroxigor with the Old Blood on a Cold One, not the General, the other one. Here's his center. The left side is his 30-man brick of Saurus Warriors with Spears and Shields. The 2 Skink Priests are behind them. Obviously, in the middle are his Ancient Stegodon and his Bastiladon. And right next to them are the 25 by brick of Saurus Warriors, Hand Weapon Shield, and his General is in there, the Old Blood on a Cold One. Over here on his left flank are his 2 Salamanders with 6 Handlers. My right flank, Shows pretty much the Mutolith and one of my chariots. Not the Gorby's chariot, the regular chariot of Tzeentch. Sorry. I don't have a regular chariot yet. I'm working on that. But I put my Mutolith over here to deal with the salamanders because I was pretty sure he could take care of. In my center were my 24 warriors, my Orcish Elegance Slaanesh chariot, my BSB and his 3 troll compadres. And my left flank consisted of the Hellstriders with Ashicus, the Chimera, and the Demon Prince with Awesomeness. Top of turn 1, I got to go first, and since I'm Warriors of Chaos and they're Lizardmen, I jumped forward to meet them in battle. Glorious battle! The Mutolith fires off his spell at the salamanders, and he lets it go off. It ends up doing, I roll a 3, it ends up doing like 1 wound to him or something like that with his toughness checks. But then I raise his initiative by 1 and lower it by 1. So, unfortunately, what could have been really great wasn't, but bottom line is the Mutolith spell got off, and I'm not complaining. However, what I will complain about is I Infernal Gateway his Kroxigor unit, and it goes off irresistible. I end up doing like 6 strength 4 hits to him. I do 1 wound gets through on the Kroxigor. So then it really wasn't worth it. I roll my what's it called? The miscast, and I roll Snake Eyes. So it's a big template. I hit one of the trolls, I hit himself. The wound actually doesn't hit him because of the charm shield, but I roll a 2. And yeah, the Demon Prince, top of turn 1, before the shooting phase, is dead and off the table. That sucked. I don't even mind telling you, that was awful. The one saving grace is his Kroxigor that took the 1 wound from Infernal Gateway, did fail their toughness check, and took 3 more wounds with no armor save and loses 1. They passed their panic check, my trolls passed theirs, so yeah, not a great start. So here's bottom of 1 after movement. Even with my Demon Prince dead, he's not that bold. His Carnosaur falls back. His center basically doesn't move at all. I think maybe his warriors come up an inch, and his salamanders come up so they have a better shot at my Mutolith. Right there, in his shooting phase, his magic phase is negligible, and the Skinks kill one of my Hellstriders with their javelins. Top of 2 after movement, as you can see, I come up just a little bit. Now it's kind of a hit or miss thing. My Chimera and my Hellstriders go into the Skinks, however, because I want to get rid of little bastards. There they go. Yeah, the Skinks are so threatening, I had to throw the Chimera in. Actually, I threw the Chimera in there just to ensure that the Hellstriders won this combat. I was a little worried with the way I was rolling, so I wanted to push it way over the top. There's the Mutolith. He gets his spell off, and he gets the 6. Kill a bunch of handlers. I finish off one of the salamanders, and I get a spawn for my troubles. It was awesome. He recruits, and just to add the cherry on top, the salamanders fail their panic check and flee before. So yeah, that was exciting. However, I do Slicing Shards or Lashless Slaanesh or something like that, one of his spells. I irresistible it through. I do a handful of very small wounds. I think I put 1 on a Skink Priest, 1 on a Kroxigor, and that's about it. I don't think it does a whole hell of a lot, but another miscast, I roll a 10, and Ashicus is now a level 0 wizard, so my magic phase is pretty much done, which sucks. But I've still got the Mutolith, so yeah, he's going to have a lot of dice to throw spells at. Top of 2, and I'm out of wizards. But, you know, lo and behold, I lose another Hellstrider, but I am able to kill off all the Skinks, and we overrun not very far, but I was hoping that the Chimera would be in the way of the Hellstriders, and it just didn't work out that way. So here we go, bottom of 2 after movement. Nothing overly impressive from my Lizardman opponent other than the Carnosaur charging the Chimera. I was positive he was going to go into the Hellstriders, but he did not. He went into the Chimera, and that sucked because I was like, oh no, the Carnosaur is going to eat him alive. I think his Salamanders rallied this turn, and everything else pretty much stayed exactly where it was. So yeah, there's the Carnosaur Scarvet into my Chimera's flank of all places. He's leadership 4, so even if I somehow stick it out, I'm already losing by 2, which means I need snakes. So it's all over but the crying here is how I'm thinking about it, and I'm even beginning to cry a little bit. But yeah, his magic phase goes by without anything getting off, and the shooting phase is negligible because it rallied this turn. So yeah, we go to combat, and beyond all odds, the Chimera pulls it off. Not only does the Chimera weather the attacks, I think I take 2 wounds, I'm not sure, but I think he takes 2 wounds, one from the Carnosaur, one from the Scar Veteran. And yes, I know what you're thinking, well, the Carnosaur does D3 wounds. He did 1 on his D3 wounds, so that was awesome. 1 from the Vet, 1 from the Carnosaur. I put all of my attacks onto the Carnosaur, and I think I got all 9. So all of them go into the Carnosaur, and I do 5 or 6 wounds to him and kill him, which was just outstanding. I think 3 of them were poisoned too, so that really helped. So yeah, the Carnosaur dies, but then at the end of the combat, the Scar Veteran's no longer on the Carnosaur. He's on the ground, so my Chimera can thunder stomp his sorry ass, and he did, and killed him. I think he did 2 wounds exactly and killed the Scar Veteran. So the Chimera kills him outright. Doesn't even need to run him down. Kills the Carnosaur, and then does the Mexican hat dance on the Scar Veteran's face. Best model ever. Best model ever. And once again, the cherry on top to all of that is the 2 skink priests were within 6 inches, and the one closest fails his panic check and flees off the table. So I get the Carnosaur, the BSB, and half of his wizards thanks to the Chimera. Gotta love that model. Just gotta absolutely love that model. So here's top of 3 after movement, and I charged. Enough of the funny business, enough of the playing around. I charge. The Chimera goes after his last skink priest because he's there. The trolls and the BSB go into his unkillable lord and the Croxagore, because I'm hoping with my 3-up ward save I can weather all of his attacks and just get him with combat res and run him down. That was the plan. The 1 chariot and the warriors make it into his lizardmen. I didn't charge the Slanesh chariot in because there was no space. I knew even if I made it, I wasn't going to be able to get him in, so it would have been a failed charge, so I just left him back there. The Mutalith moves over to get in the flank charge range, and the spawn that I made from the salamanders goes over and tries to meet up with his old friends. So yeah, there's the Chimera. You should have fled, priest. Yeah, there's the trolls and my BSB into his Croxagore and his lord, his unkillable one. And there's my warriors in with the chariot into his warriors with his general in there. I was hoping to kill him. And there's the spawn trying to reacquaint himself with his old friends. The Mutalith gets his spell off yet again, and while it doesn't do any wounds to him, it does make the Bastiladon stupid, which I'll take anytime. No shooting, so we go into combat, and I know it's shocking, but the Chimera is able to just destroy the final skink priest, which is good because now for the most part we're down to bound spells. He's got his Bastiladon and his Ancient Stegodon, I've got my Mutalith, and it's just straight die rolls. And I still got the Skull of Catan, so it helps put me over the top. So yeah, that was awesome, and the Chimera will always, always, always be loved by me. He got a Carnosaur, a BSB, and both priests this game, as well as a few skinks. So yeah, he more than made up his points this game. The free spawn that I got, he ran down his former allies. He took a wound for his trouble, beat him in combat res. I think he killed the other salamander or did a wound to him or something. I don't remember, but they failed their break check, ran, and I ran him down. I think I rolled an 11, which was insane. But yeah, he got him. Over here, yeah, the warriors and chariot flub spectacularly. And with his Stegodon, his Ancient Stegodon being within 6 inches, he was actually able to ward save quite a few of the wounds that I put through on him. So that was disappointing. I only killed 3, and he killed 2 of my guys. So I ended up winning combat, but he has more ranks than I do, so he's steadfast anyway, and he sticks, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. I expected to do a lot more wounds in this one. But it didn't work out. Bottom of 3 after movement. Yeah, just like you figured would happen. His warriors charge into the flank of my trolls, and his Stegodon charges into the flank of my warriors. The Bastiladon is stupid, so he can't do anything. He stumbles forward an inch. And other than that, everything's in combat. So yeah, we get right down to it. During his magic phase, he gets his Stegodon pulse through, and he kills a warrior, puts a wound on the Slanesh chariot, and does 2 or 3 wounds to the trolls, killing one outright. And I think no, that wasn't him. So yeah, the pulse kind of sucked. And then combat, and as you can see, the warriors just get obliterated. The Stegodon just had a field day. Impact hits and Thunderstomp and the SARS warriors. And again, when I attack back, I've got nothing. I can't do anything. He's making his saves, and I'm rolling like poop. So yeah, he ends up killing 4, 8, 10 of my warriors. Charge, flank, ranks, banners. He's got me no problem. I think I need like a -6 to stay. And needless to say, I don't. The chariot gets caught by the SARS warriors, but the warriors themselves get away by an inch. Thanks, inch! So yeah, it wasn't all bad. It was a lot bad, but not all bad. Over here, a troll gets killed, and his lord is able to sneak through enough wounds and get a hold of my BSB and kill him. I rolled a lot of 2s. I rolled enough 2s that it was awful. I actually at one point rolled 4 1s, I think. No, that's a different game. I apologize. Ignore that. But yeah, over here they knock it down to just 1 troll that remains. Needless to say, he needs snakes to stick it out, and he does not. However, he does get away. The Kroxigor and the warriors fail to catch him, which is awesome. So top of 4 after movement, here's what it looks like. My Chimera goes into the warriors. My Slanesh chariot tried to charge into the warriors, and I missed him by 2 inches. I rolled low. The Mutalith goes into the flank of the SARS warriors because I'm hoping that my dice will start rolling at least average and help me out. And the spawn starts heading over towards the Bastiladon and warriors just to try to get into this game and help me out. Right there's the Mutalith looking to be the hero, and God, I wanted him to be. Here's the Chimera. He was hoping to have a chariot buddy backing him up. I needed an 8 and I rolled a 6, so what can you do? Over here, no, I'm sorry, I needed a... No, that's right. So yeah, magic phase is uneventful because it's pretty much gone, and I have no shooting, so we go to combat, and the Mutalith does pretty well, actually. He kills a bunch of the warriors, but they're still steadfast, and he takes 1 wound for his troubles. But they turn to face him, and it's a little nerve-wracking here. Over here, the Chimera kills like 6 or 7 or 8 of the warriors. But yeah, they're steadfast. There's nothing I can do about that. So they not only do they make their break check, but they turn to face. So bottom of 4 after movement, the Stegodon charges into the remaining warriors. The Bastiladon turns to try to shoot and destroy the Hellstriders. And yeah, the Kroxigor turned to look at the chariot because I'm out of options at this point, or he's out of options. What can you do? Yep, that's not good. That's not good at all. Stegodon into the warriors. Once again, his magic phase, I'm able to stop everything. And well, no, his Bastiladon fired off his little beam of Chotek at the Hellstriders, and he rolled a 1. So he did D3 strength 3 hits to him, and he ended up doing 1 strength 3 hit to him, and he didn't wound. So it didn't matter. But yeah, so we go into combat. I lose 3 warriors to the Stegodon's charge, which actually wasn't so bad. I actually made a lot of my saves, so I was happy about that. They're steadfast. I'm not able to do anything back to them. And we're steadfast though, so we stick it out. Over here, the Mutalith kills a few more. He's getting tired. I'm losing momentum. I'm losing this game, and it's starting to occur to me right here. I'm in a lot of trouble. But the Mutalith, he does like 3 hits, and it's his Thunderstomp that actually saved me because I did 3 hits, 3 wounds in regular attacks, and he 6 upward saves them or something like that. It was insane. And then Thunderstomp gave me 3 kills. He couldn't save those, and but yeah, he takes 3 more wounds. I think I end up winning this combat. I'm not 100%, or I lose it and I stick. Either way, I stick it out, but it sucks. It's like, uh-oh. Over here, the Chimera, although he hits and wounds 5 times and kicks out of him kicks 5 of them out of the unit. They counterattack, they roll well, and he's able to slip the last 2 wounds through and kill the Chimera off. But you know what? The Chimera did really well for me, and I put it into a really difficult combat, so I'm not complaining. It is what it is. It was a good fight. Over here, top of 5. At this point, I've got nothing to lose. The game is going downhill, and I need a Hail Mary pass in order to pull it out. So the Hellstriders go into the Bastillodon, and the Chariot tries to charge a Croxagore, and once again, I miss it by 2 inches. So he moves up like an inch or something. It's ridiculous. So yeah, there's nothing I can do there. But yeah, that's the way it is. And the spawn moves towards the Lizardmen and doesn't get there. Yeah, there you go. There's the Hellstriders into the Bastillodon. The little die you see is because I rolled a 1 for the Skulligatom, so he's now leadership 7. And yeah, it's my magic phase. I've got 6 dice. I force it through onto the Lizardmen unit that's way over by the Croxagore. They were about 17 inches away, just in case you were wondering. And yeah, I actually get another 6 rolled, and it ends up doing enough. It ends up doing a handful of wounds, a few more die. Not too many. It wasn't like game changing, but I get another spawn, so that's 2 spawn in 1 game. It was awesome, and I just throw them in there so they can't charge my my Slaanesh Chariot because I was trying to save those points. We go over to combat, and the Mutalith unfortunately flubs his rolls. I don't do anything to him, but his lord, his warriors don't do anything back, but his lord at strength 7 is able to get the 1 more wound through, or however many it was, and the Mutalith dies. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way it's been going, so what can you do? You can't win them all, right? Right here, the Stegodon, he kills 2 more of my guys. Again, he's not really doing all that many wounds, and I can't do anything back to him. I lose, I'm steadfast, I roll a 10. And yeah, Tzeentch's patience with me is at its end, and the Warriors get ran down by the Stegodon. So yeah, they're gone. I'm down to a couple of spawns, some Hellstriders, and yeah, it's not looking good at all. The Hellstriders are actually able to put a wound or 2 on the Bastillodon. I think they take 1, and I win by 3, and he stays. He needed like a 5 with no reroll, and he made it. And it's like, shoot. So bottom of 5 after movement. He's just cleaning up now. His warriors have his lord that was in his warriors' general charges the Slaanesh Chariot. His other lord that was in the back there, that was with the Croxagore before, charged the rear of the Hellstriders, and the Lizardmen and the Croxagore go in to destroy the spawn that I created from the Lizardmen debacle. Over here, the Lizardmen lord is just, he doesn't appreciate orcish elegance like he should. It's rude. Over here, there's his other lord into the Hellstriders, and yeah, guess what happens? And over here, the spawn gets his first taste of battle as a Warriors of Chaos Lizardman spawn. So the Lizardmen apparently take huge offense to that, and they send in the Croxagore and the Warriors. It's a little rough. But yeah, in combat, he hits and wounds all 5 times, and it's just, all they have is a 3-up armor, and at strength 7, it's canceled. So he just dies. It's unfortunate. Over here, yeah, they're killed to a man. I do no wounds to anything. So yeah, needless to say, they're off the table now. They're in a better place. Yep, and the spawn against the Croxagore and the Saurus Warriors is obviously a bad matchup for the spawn. And exactly what you think should have happened, and he did nothing to any of them and got slaughtered. Which, I guess, is what he would have wanted. But yeah, in top of 6, I had nothing left but my spawn that I made from the Salamander. I'm tabled at this point, so I threw him towards the Saurus Warriors. Just, the Hail Mary pass, maybe I could get those points. It was unlikely, and it didn't happen. I didn't get close enough. And in bottom of 6, my opponent just decided not to do anything. He could have probably shot or magicked the spawn off the table, but for what point? He doesn't get any points for him if he does, and yeah, at this point, he's done all he needs to do. He just contemptuously put his dice up and said, "I don't need to defeat you." No. But no, it was a good game. It was just better for the Lizardmen than it was the Warriors. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. But quick timeout. Look at the banners. You want the banners, you need the banners, get the banners. They're awesome banners, and they make your army play better. Not that my play style or in this last one is any kind of uh, 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 example, but you know what? Maybe it was just my banners worked for my teammate. But one way to be sure, give this guy an email, get yourself some banners, find out for certain. It's totally worth it. But yeah, it was a crushing defeat for Lord Tremendous. I got tabled, including I lost everything, including one of the 2 spawn that I made during this game, which was as awesome as it was depressing. So yeah, can't win them all, I guess. The Lizardman player lost his Skinks, his BSB, his Carnosaur, both the Skink Priests, and Salamanders. Other than that, though, I couldn't do anything to the bulk of his army. Rolling Snake Eyes on the miscast chart and losing my Demon Prince in turn 1 sucked. It was demoralizing. He's such a big part of my army, and such a crutch. But no, it's hard to rally from something like that. And although I did start to get some momentum back when the Chimera killed off his Carnosaur and BSB in 1 round of combat and then took out both of his casters, I just could not capitalize enough on that momentum to pull out the victory, and my opponent really ramped up his game and took it to me and beat me fair. It was an excellent game. We both had some real shockers and real surprises, and although in the end it was a stunning victory for the Lizardman opponent, it was still a really good game, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I know I say this every single time, but the Mutalith is awesome. His spell got off every round that he had a target, and I got 2 spawn created. The Bastillodon was stupid, and he actually failed his stupidity check. The Salamanders were really messed up by him, although the +1, -1 initiative kind of was lackluster, but it was better than nothing. And yeah, if you don't have a Mutalith or you've never tried one, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. But yeah, it was a great game. It's always rough to lose, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun. So it was a victory in that way. Moral victory, Lord Tremendous. That's right, I said it. But I'm looking forward to the rematch. Once again, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this battle report. I really enjoy making them, and I'm going to continue to do so until YouTube bans me. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, or complaints, leave them in the comments section below, and I'll get to them. I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks.